Now again, what I was saying, Variety Bear's, I feel like he's a really difficult player to win multiple sets in a row against. Because while he doesn't have, you know, that same level of strategy that other top players do quite yet, and maybe not even that same level of adaptability that Raito has, he does have just such a ridiculous mechanical skill that if you're playing more sets, you know, the more sets you play, the more likely it is that one of those sets Variety Bear finds something that he's crazy good at, and it just allows his mechanical skill to take over. So we'll see. It's far from impossible. And if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be Raito. Interesting. I'm a little bit curious. I wonder what Variety Bear's plan was with that second spike ball. It looks like he's trying to force that quick jump off the top, but difficult to say if anyone has an advantage there. Right, I'm not quite sure what he wants. Variety Bear thinking, I mean, the map is easy enough that if there's ever time to do some preparatory setups, it is now. And Variety Bear especially, I would argue, is the one of those players who's really, really good when it comes to complex setups. The exact type of thing that it takes multiple turns to set up. And I would also make the argument that, you know, in tournament, complex setups are generally just harder to do and sometimes less advantageous. You know, if it takes me 4 rounds to set something up, who's to say my opponent doesn't gain an advantage and beat me in the time it takes me to do it? But right now, you know, map's still easy enough. Raito, kind of hard for him to find a decisive advantage through setups alone, given that he's against Variety Bear. If there's ever a time to make complex setups, it's now. And yeah, it looks like so far, honestly, everything Variety Bear has been placing has been in preparation. Okay, good call from Raito. He noticed last round that Variety Bear did bail out through the bottom. So that spike ball forcing him to do it all in one go. Even if it's not going to be a decisive advantage, even if it's not going to score him a point, it's you know, in this game you often win in the aggregate, and finding those little tiny advantages like that can be the difference. Still, you know, an advantage is only an advantage on paper. Variety Bear not struggling at all to get through it. Oh, Raito gets a hydrant. Raito loves his hydrants. What is his goal here? Yeah, that is a Raito setup if I've ever seen it, no doubt. Okay, looks like Variety Bear wants to get that squeeze on the left there. Okay, and Raito gets through. That looked, I'm not gonna lie, that definitely looked a bit, the desync made that look a bit silly, but Raito, no problem getting it. And wow, okay, this isn't an easy timing to find. Like, hydrants and arrows don't line up very often. And the thing about timing is, like, if there's one specific timing where something's gonna work, nicely done, Variety Bear. If there's one specific time where something needs to work, it makes the muscle memory so much harder. You need to be able to do something on command rather than, you know, let the muscle memory take over. There's no doubt about it. That is difficult. Variety Bear holding on, but I think he can sense that he's at a bit of a disadvantage here. Side note, why did the game suddenly decide that it needed to remind me how to rotate blocks? Should I just... Will this shut it up? Surely. Okay, Variety Bear was looking good. I don't know if he found the timing though. It looked to me like that would have worked, but maybe he was a bit slow. Variety Bear gets it. Okay, wait a minute. Again, this is a pretty volatile setup. This genuinely could just be a point for Variety Bear, unless Raito does just that. I think just a little bit of difficulty. After that hydrant is what Variety Bear needs if he wants to score here. The way I see it, if you place difficulty before the hydrant, you get less time to practice it, and I feel like Raito's already quite good at it. If you place something after, you get to practice it while increasing the volatility, which is exactly what you need to score. Okay, that spring has a lot of potential. Oh, is Raito really doing this? Opts not to in the very end. That setup would have been excruciatingly difficult, but I feel like it was a good call on Raito's part to back out. Because Variety Bear, being who he is... Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Hopefully nothing important happens that interrupts me here, because I want to take a second to talk about that build from Raito. That's actually kind of genius. See how before Raito tried to place that bottom arrow that would go up through this setup? And then Variety Bear blocked it with that trigger spike? Raito places the spike ball first, and then places the arrow beneath it. And now there's a smaller subset of items that could possibly block that arrow in the same way. I mean, this is a hard setup. If either player gets this, oh my god, and Variety Bear! Are you serious? Still, maybe I celebrated a little bit too early. Because that jump immediately after is far from easy. Okay, I mean, just 4 rounds left still. Not a point to either player's name. I don't mean to jinx it, we could be seeing another tiebreaker. Okay, and honestly, fair play to Raito. I like that he, recognized Variety Bear's kind of just getting the hydrant. Let's just change it up. Let's try and find advantage somewhere else. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, and Variety Bear. Let's see how good Raito is at these. I know for a fact Variety Bear has practiced with these from some of the challenge maps I've seen him play. Yep, and he does. That is such a rare setup. It's not every day you get to see that, like, there's not even a name for it. There's not even a name for that setup because of how rare it is. When's the last time you saw that in a party map? No less a tournament game. Variety Bear a little bit too early on that shuffle. Raito goes for the jump to get it instead, and it works. Beautiful adaptation. Okay, and Raito is taking his time. I think he recognized that this very well could be a point here. Okay, now it's just Variety Bear with a chance to get this. And a bit too early. It's not going to go either player's way, but I think we are building up to something big. Yeah, Raito. I understand it. Don't get me wrong. That was the correct move on Raito's behalf. But it pains me to see. I loved that spring setup. I want her back. Well, even without the difficulty of the spring, I mean, this is This hydrant is so much more difficult now. If anything, just navigating through the the janky mechanics of fire hydrants here is kind of tricky. And Variety Bear finds it, recognizing that you need to slide a little bit lower for that to be doable. Gets the jump height this time. This could be a point. Right to 1 life left. And I mean, with so few turns left, if Variety Bear scores here, this genuinely could be it. But Raito, all in one go, gets through it. And he stays alive. Clutching when it matters the most. First in a tiebreaker with Morphin. Now in the final, you know, home stretch against Variety Bear. Raito keeping it even. And this is why I love this game. Especially now, you know, in 2025, it can go back and forth. There's always a chance for somebody to score. There's always a chance for somebody to clutch, come back. There's just the way that we play UCH nowadays is so far beyond what I ever hoped this game could come to. And I love it. I love it. Now more than ever. Raito had an idea with that wire, but I think he thought better of it in the end. Feel like that spring setup likely to... Wait, we might be seeing it from Variety Bear here. Call me crazy if you have to. I don't think we're going to tiebreaker. I think the match is going to be decided right here. Raito, wow, just getting through it, no problem. And wow, Raito, what is happening? Just 1 round ago, it looked like it was over for you. What is this? Variety Bear also going to get through it, but he still does have to get this spring set up. Which, by the way, Raito effortlessly got through. Variety Bear staying in it. It's going to go... Gonna go to the final round. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am crazy. This could be going straight to tiebreaker. I wouldn't mind. Listen, we've seen a lot of tiebreakers today, but I wouldn't mind seeing a tiebreaker against, you know, I would argue the 2 best tiebreaker players in existence. Great wire by Raito. Recognizing that, like, now he's forcing his own path. Variety Bear can't use the slow timing of the hydrant. What is Variety Bear going to respond with, though? He needs to make something difficult. That's not enough. That is way too passive a placement. Variety Bear, you need to find something because I'd say Raito has an advantage right now. Okay, and good recognition from Raito. He sees he has the advantage and he's trying to capitalize. He wants to convert this advantage into a point. Makes the end section easier. This is all about whether or not you can get this hydrant in one go. Raito looking clean the past few rounds, but now for the first time, I mean... Okay, and Variety Bear gets through. This might be backfiring. This might be backfiring for Raito. He himself gets through, no problem. Gets the squeeze. And Raito! Wait a minute. Is this it? Are we going to be seeing the first... new champion, not named Morphin, Raito, or Kreutz in 6 months? Raito, you hold the keys. And that does it! Variety Bear! Your Terra Incognita champion! How long have we been waiting for a new champion to burst forward into the upper ranks of the scene? Variety Bear! For so long, we've known how good you are. We've seen the speedruns, we've seen the challenge mode, but you just haven't been able to get there in party mode. But finally, I'm happy to say, you are him. What a set. And what a day, honestly. These have been some of the best sets of UCH that I've ever seen played. Genuinely.